nearly 3 decades, Christopher Knight lived alone and largely undetected in the woods. Known as the North Pond Hermit, he survived by stealing from homes and cottages.
He's a simple man that lived a simple lifestyle.
He's a criminal-minded person.
He's got some heroic qualities, sure.
Just ate a ton of bacon and donuts.
I don't believe he knows right from wrong.
He's obviously not all bad. He's just different.
Yeah.
Imagine walking away from your life, your family, your job, and never speaking to another human being for 27 years. Not because you had to, but because you wanted to. This is the true story of Christopher Knight, better known as the North Pond Hermit, a man who disappeared into the woods and became a myth. In 1986, 20-year-old Christopher Knight drove into the forests of Maine. He left his car, threw away the keys, and vanished. No note, no plan, no goodbye. For nearly 3 decades, he lived completely alone. No fire, no conversations, no help. His only method of survival? Silent theft, food, batteries, propane taken from nearby summer cabins with surgical precision. Over time, locals began to whisper. There's a ghost in the woods, they said, a man who steals, but never leaves a trace. Knight built a hidden camp deep in the forest, surrounded by boulders, camouflaged by tarps and branches. He memorized the patterns of the land. He walked only at night. He never used fire. He stole only what he needed: peanut butter, magazines, winter jackets, batteries. Over the years, it's believed he committed more than 1,000 burglaries without ever being seen. Yet he left behind no violence, no vandalism, only the faint trace of his presence and a growing legend.
That's how we walked in here.
All we had before this, all we had was just this lock here. And I think he used to just slide something down in there and open it up. That was it. And then we put that on, he stopped coming in this door. But he came in the front door. Our first encounter with him would have been around 1997, when we had opened camp and stocked the refrigerator with food and the cupboards. And we left, we came back a couple days later, and we had invited my family over for dinner, and when we got here, the food was gone. And my husband still talks about how I opened the freezer, I looked in, I shut it, I opened it 3 times because I couldn't believe all the food was gone.
Flashlight batteries, any kind of batteries, he loved them. He wouldn't steal the flashlight, he'd take the batteries out of the flashlight. He didn't like my flashlights.
He took all our cereals, he took all our bread, any meat we had in the deep freeze. He loved hot dogs.
He stole some beer and he stole some hot stuff. Evidently he didn't like the Miller Lite part of it, because he never took the Miller Lite. He took the Budweiser, other brands of beer.
Well, he didn't take any baked goods. He never took anything homemade.
If you unwrapped food and rewrapped it, very seldom would he take that, because he figured somebody would put some kind of rat poison, hermit poison, or whatever in it to catch them.
He would hit us every spring and every fall. It would be during the week, never on a weekend, and it would be an overcast night. I never felt like I could stay here without my husband, because I knew that this person was lurking around at night. I felt unsafe.
In 2013, after 27 years, Knight was finally caught stealing food from a camp equipped with silent motion detectors. The police didn't believe it at first. "Is this the Hermit?" they asked.
Sergeant Hughes acquired a different type of camera, a motion camera, and it was installed with the help of U.S. Border Patrol in the camp. So it was a motion sensor, so if anybody was inside the camp.
When questioned, Knight admitted everything. Calmly, quietly. He had spoken to no one in nearly 3 decades. The only word he uttered in all those years? A single hi to a passing hiker. What shocked investigators most wasn't the theft. It was his mind. I had lost my identity. There was no audience. I became irrelevant. Christopher Knight wasn't crazy. He was hyper-aware. He read constantly. He listened to classical music on a battery-powered radio. He meditated. When asked why, he said he simply couldn't handle the noise of modern life. Solitude bestows an increase in something valuable, my perception. But when I applied it to myself, I lost who I was. Knight wasn't a criminal. He was a ghost with a moral compass. Even when he stole, he took only what he needed, never broke windows, never harmed anyone.
Now the question is, what's next? Knight will take part in a year-long program to make him readjust to a normal lifestyle. The district attorney says the judge took into account the fact that despite his decades of stealing, Knight never physically hurt anyone. And as part of this program, Knight will have to sit and talk with the victims that he stole money from. Other people have donated money to Knight, and that money will go towards restitution for these victims. As far as paying for any fines, he can't now or anytime in the near future, so he isn't facing fines. But if he doesn't complete this program, he will go to jail for 7 years.
After his arrest, Knight became an international curiosity. But fame? He rejected it. He was sentenced to 7 months in jail and quietly returned to society. No public appearances, no interviews, just silence.
I'm just kind of curious, wondering why and how you picked this area.
Did you meet any bears? And if so, what happened?
Why did you steal all the food and stuff? Why didn't you just do it on your own? You were in the woods for so long. You tell me you couldn't learn how to hunt and fish? Fishing takes what? Sticking your pole in the ground and throwing it in the water? Come on, Meow.
Aside from wearing my sneakers, how many times did you smile and laugh while you were in the woods?
Who are you? What's your name? And I need your date of birth.
A book was written about him. Some called him a monk. Others, a myth. The truth? He was just a man who wanted to disappear. In a world addicted to noise, maybe the greatest rebellion is silence. Would you survive alone for 27 years? Or better yet, would you choose to?